right. June 30th, Nasdaq futures market review. I will be doing June 29th and June 30th since I didn't make a video about the move that I seen yesterday and the, the trade that I took. My stop loss got hit yesterday and then I used the same setup today and it played out. So let's get into it. As for Monday, June 29th, when we'd go ahead and act like there's no price action over here. But we had this 4 hour bearish fair value gap that I talked about last week. Use this, come to 79 retracement. Market opens right here Monday. So we inverse this 4 hour bearish fair value gap. Of course, I had a bullish bias for two reasons. We inverse a 4 hour fair value gap, and on the daily time frame yesterday, we had no wick to the bottom. And ICT says if it's a bullish day, the open will be close to the low of the day. Same with a bearish day. The open will be close to the high of the day. See how close that is? See how there's basically no wick on this day? I was extremely bullish for yesterday. Let's drop down to 15-minute. We opened in a sell-off. Let's see. All right. Be honest with you, with myself, because I'm mainly talking to myself. I wanted to be the move that I looked for was inside of this move, not this or this. Inside of here, and this I feel like was just some manipulation, but it's whatever. We all take stops every once in a while. On market open, we clear pre-market lows all the way back to here, and then we have the 5 minute close above this high. So we have a 5 minute change in the state of delivery, 5 minute literally a whole 5 minute market structure shift right here with an inverse fair value gap instead of a regular fair value gap. So 5 minute low cleared, 5 minute change in state of delivery, 5 minute inverse fair value gap, drop down to the 1 minute. And the 1 minute. All right. And you got 5 minute and 1 minute OTE right here. Or it's not OTE, 62% retracement. So we're going to write it all down because I feel like it helps me out. 5 minute. Let's start with a change in the state of delivery. And then 5 minute inverse fair value gap. 5 minute 62% retrace, which is high probability. And then it inverses the first fair value gap of the week. So fair value gap to the downside right here when 5 minute is inversing this and respecting it. Let's turn this to the 5 minute on the right. We'll do it a little backwards today. Take away the retracement because we've seen that. And just so you can see that on the 5 minute, see how candle bodies stayed above that 5 minute fair value gap? Yeah, the 1 minute pushed through it, but the 5 minute stayed above it. 1 minute inverses the first fair value gap, dips back into it, runs up. This, to be honest, this is where I wanted to enter. But to tell you why I didn't enter here, see if we get a 1 to 2. Could have easily got a 1 to 2. Well, depending on where you put it inside of this. If you would have got the low, but what if we would have just got like right here? Could we still got 1 to 2? Yep. Might have been a little scary, but you would have got 1 to 2. I didn't enter here because it's 9:41, and one of my main rules is wait till the first 15-minute candle closes. So I didn't enter this when this created a bullish fair value gap and closed above this change in state delivery. I'll be honest, I entered this fair value gap and it went straight for my stop loss. I was out right here. But I feel like that was a pretty good move yesterday. Where'd that thing go? Because then you have a 1 minute. I didn't even put the inverse fair value gap as well. So that is enough for me to enter a trade. And honestly, it made me realize, especially after I got stopped out after trying to catch it up here yesterday, that like I have four solid confluences. Breaking one rule is not that bad. Like one 5 minute or one 15-minute candle didn't close. I just wanted to get in a little early. Um, one last note on Monday's price action. Have you watched my previous videos? I say how important 1020 is in the morning, and that's when the market decides to move after the macro. So I got in at the beginning of the macro 952. Literally in my videos that I have, I know that I say it at least once, and I'm 90% sure twice. I only have like 2 or 3 videos on my YouTube channel. I said the guys that get in at the beginning of the macro are most likely to get screwed over. The early birds are likely to get screwed over. It's likely to reverse at the end of the macro. And I say it happens at 1020. Look what happens at 1020. Bam. Literally could have entered off a 1 minute market structure shift. But enough about Monday's price action. Let's go to today's. Market opens, clears. Well, I was already on a rundown, so clears anything that any pre-market lows right there. I was kind of hoping we'd go for like an overnight low, which was this, but we didn't. Have this massive 15-minute candle to the upside, and be honest, I was kind of bearish on the day. I really thought that um, this right here, this pre-market movement, was a 1 hour uh, shift bearishly because we hit 79% retracement, bodies staying below 62%, and this is the 8 a.m. candle, 1 hour candle. So I was feeling like we were inversing either this 1 hour fair value gap right here or this one right here to go to the downside. I was going to look for it to maybe clear a little liquidity on the top and then move to the downside, but it didn't. And it, be honest with you, it kind of gave very little in the 5 minute. We didn't get a good retracement, but we created this 5 minute fair value gap right here. And created a 5 minute fair value gap, clearly shifted from bearish price action to bullish price action. We hit the consequent encouragement of a 5 minute fair value gap at exactly, in the 10 a.m. 5 minute candle. I can't say exactly because I don't know what time it was on the 1 minute. Oh, 10:01 hits the consequent encouragement of 5 minute candle, closes above here, and I mean, you don't have to believe me, but I'm not signing into my account. I entered at 376 on this. Somewhere right here, changes state delivery, hits this order block, and I'm not even joking you, dead fucking serious that my stop loss was 25 cents below this low. I thought I was about to get stopped out. 305.75, mine was 305.50. Right there. And then of course I did not expect it to do all this choppy bullshit. So at 376, I made only like $100, so it'd be 326, somewhere around there. I'll be honest, I pulled earlier. I wanted to get a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio, but all this chop right here made me extremely nervous. I was like, there was this 1 minute fair value gap right here that it closed below just barely on this candle that almost hit my stop loss. And then it was staying in, the bodies were staying inside of it. It did not want to inverse. It finally closes above it. inverses it again, runs up, goes down, and I was like, man, but bam. Once it came up here, I honestly just closed the entire position. I just felt like $100 is enough instead of my 1 to 2. Get out of there. And I think I made it a smart decision by where it's heading right now. But definitely my pre macro setup yesterday was way better. I have the notes right here next to me. 5 minute inverse fair value gap, 5 minute prop block. Oh, I forgot to mark that. I'll show you guys that. 5 minute 62% retracement, 1 minute inverse fair value gap. Plenty to take that early trade at 941 yesterday. And then just like I did in the macro yesterday, you have this you get a 5 minute respect, 1 minute change in this delivery, and you think it's gonna run. Usually this shit runs. This type of setup hits that and it'll just be like to the upside. But today, I think it's because it's NFP week and there's a holiday this week. They're gonna rush the normal movement of the market. But who can be upset with $100? I mean, like I said, I'm like a break even trader and I'm still trying to figure it out. So if I could just get $100 every now and then with minimal losses, I'll be happy, and then we'll work our way up from there. Definitely not beautiful price action. I mean, now that I'm making videos and I started last week's price action was not pretty. This week's price action, not that pretty. I might take the rest of the week off for trading because it is NFP weekend. There's a holiday. So the next 2 days with non-farm payroll are going to be probably choppy, probably really choppy. Um, so I might just take this week off to clear my mind and then come back stronger and more clear minded next week. If you're one of the 5 people, or I should say 2 views that I have, thanks for watching.